Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Barrow. Today, I want to connect with you on a topic that can be a source of frustration for many companies. And you may be experiencing this in your organization, and that is lack of leadership alignment. This can cause people to not make the kind of progress that they should be making as a team. It can affect the overall performance of the team. And it's usually caused because of people maybe having different agendas. There could be some egos involved. There could be some power struggles, some office politics that can make the leadership team misaligned within itself. And so, one of the goals I have this year is to support my partners as I put together customized talks to address these challenges that companies face, such as leadership misalignment. One of the strategies I'm going to share with you today that will help you with aligning your leadership team is to get clear on the leadership vision. Where are we going? So that everyone in leadership can begin rowing in the same direction and bring their teams along with them. And sometimes that may sound so simple that you may say, Ginny, of course we have to align on the vision. However, what happens in many cases, as you know, is when we have large organizations, you have meetings where the vision is defined and clarified. And as everybody else goes back to their respective departments or groups, the vision gets diluted. And in some cases, depending on the management style, some of you leaders may actually not re-articulate the vision the way in which it was described. And there could be many factors for doing that. However, as you listen to this, all I will ask you to do is to consider what would happen if you made it intentionally a request to share this vision with the teams within the organization. I think what you may find is that some of us, of course, we're all human, make assumptions. And the assumptions may be that my team needs to get on board without understanding the vision. And the reality is that some people do and some people won't. And if you want people to be high performing and your team to be high performing, when you share what we're doing, what is the reason behind it, what is the objective, what are the goals, people now have a why. And as Simon Sinek says, always start with why. People get motivated when they know how their work impacts the big picture, how their work is meaningful for the organization. So no more assumptions. Let's actually articulate it, share it, ensure that the team understands the vision, the mission behind what we're looking to do, this new initiative, this new goal, this new objective, and that everybody understand their role they're going to play in implementing the vision, in making it a reality. And now you're going to have a team that has fuel to do what you need them to do on behalf of the organization and the company. And that is a very simple strategy that I would love to share with your team, with your leadership, along with others that can support them in ensuring that there is alignment among the leadership. So today I am getting prepared to start my 9th cohort of the Fearless Leadership Mastermind. And we have 10 women who will be training for the next 6 months to gain critical leadership skills. And it all starts with self-awareness, with self-leadership. We are going to raise their emotional intelligence. So as they become more self-aware, they can also manage themselves, to build relationships, and to read rooms that they walk into. We're going to develop a growth mindset, understand the unique value proposition. We're going to help them build relationships with their centers of influence, mentors, sponsors, allies, so they can build that informal network that we know is so constructive in helping us navigate the corporate landscape, become more impactful within our organizations, because as we get to know the people who we will be interacting with within our function, we become more impactful and deliver results. And that happens when we develop self-leadership. So we will be doing that. We're also going to be leading, engaging, and influencing others and learning the skills to do that powerfully. And that means that if we have a unique value, everyone else around us does too. We will teach them how to mentor and coach. We will give them coaching skills so they can coach their members and truly understand what is going on when they're not aligned or when they're not performing as you know they can. And when we do this, when we mentor and coach our teams, we also coach them on giving us bi-directional feedback. So we can ask them often what's working, what's not working, and get feedback from them. What am I doing that's working? What is not working? What can I do differently? And that way you don't have to wait for a performance review that happens maybe twice a year if you're lucky, usually once a year. We should be hearing from our members in our teams weekly about what's going on. And you don't have to worry that, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. How am I going to squeeze that in? We bake it into what we do when we interact with them. We check in with them for a couple of minutes before we get into the business that we're going to discuss that day. Those are some of the strategies that they're going to learn in the Fearless Leadership Mastermind. And as they do all of this, we create a more inclusive workplace where people's needs are taken into account, their strengths are taken into account, and everybody's rowing in the same direction. With your leadership, when you're with your guidance, with your vision, which you are able to articulate powerfully. And of course, if all we do is talk about self leadership and acquiring all these skills and leading, engaging, and influencing others, and we don't execute with support, we're not going to see any changes. So our members are going to learn how to execute, how to create a 12-month action roadmap that is led with a compelling vision. And they're also going to self-care regularly. Because if we do all these three things, develop our self-leadership, learn how to lead, engage, and influence others, and execute, and we don't take care of ourselves, we're going to feel overwhelmed and burned out. And when we do all those three things, the opposite of feeling overwhelmed and burnout, if we do it with self care, is that we get to grow, advance, and have the biggest impact we can have to truly rise to our full potential. That's what we're doing over the next 6 months. So if you are interested in inviting me to join your organization to bring a leadership development that addresses very specific issues you may be having with your leadership team, and if you would like me to come in and put together a customized talk for your Latinx ERG or employee business group or employee affinity group or the women's group within your organization, you know where to reach me. Callwithginny.com. And if you want to know about our trainings and how we are putting together these master classes that are coming up soon, visit executiveboundevents.com. That's executiveboundevents.com. I will see you soon.